When I first started working on this video, it was because I've actually never sat down and tried to figure out what my favorite games are. I mean, I have games I play a lot, but what games do I really think are the best and most influential to me? The more I thought about it, the more I realized it's more important than that. If I'm going to be running my mouth here talking about games, it's important that the viewer understands what games I like and what I value in a game. Now, so you can get a better understanding of me, here are my top 10 favorite games of all time. Now, this list has definitely changed in the past, and it's most likely to change again. So don't take this as a list set in stone, more as a guideline to what I enjoy in a video game. Anyway, enough of this intro, let's talk about games. Before you get in a fit in the comments quoting some stupid meme, hear me out. I started playing this game again in October 2019, and to be honest, I was pleasantly surprised. First of all, the improvement in textures and lighting from Chapter 1 to 2 was absolutely astonishing. Felt like a whole new game from the one I played back in Season 4. Probably the biggest thing I think this game has going for it is it's free. And what I mean by that is it is absolutely perfect for a friend group of friends to play together online. Growing up, I was always disappointed that me and my friends never got to play online since we had different games. I never got to fill my Halo Reach lobbies with more than 1 or 2 people, so to me it's nice to see a full squad in the lobby. Now, there are microtransactions, but only for cosmetics. This is considerably less egregious considering there are no loot boxes, a feature that most modern games can't seem to avoid. What Fortnite has instead is the Battle Pass, which, after purchase, allows you to level up and get 100 new items every season. What people don't know is that the Battle Pass is so absolutely worth the asking price of $10. You get 2 skins right after purchase, so already you've made the bang for your buck, but you can unlock like 5 more after that, plus emotes, gliders, wraps, and more. Plus, completing the Battle Pass will land you 1500 V-Bucks, so in the end you get all these new items and you get all your money back and then some. How is Epic Games not bankrupt? What really makes Fortnite for me are the challenges. I'll admit that playing matches over and over again, especially by yourself, can get boring pretty quick. But they are constantly releasing new content and things to do. It almost never gets stale. Currently, in Season 2, there are daily challenges released every day, a set of Battle Pass challenges released every week, and the occasional themed challenges released to promote a new cosmetic set or live event. Epic Games knows how to keep you occupied. Growing up, I was fascinated with Nintendo games, and Super Mario World was the one at the top of my mind. I had a PlayStation growing up, so I only got to experience Nintendo games when I went to my cousin's house. But let me tell you, I was hooked the moment I started playing. I don't know why, maybe it was the colorful cartoon-like art style of Super Mario World, but that was the one I dreamed of having. I didn't actually get to play the game on my own until I was an adult, but the magic was still there. In fact, it was magnified. There were so many things I couldn't appreciate about the game when I was a kid. Level design is flat out genius. What this is a 2D side-scrolling platformer that encourages experimentation and exploration.
Oh my god, beautiful! Please drain me! Please take everything I have!
There is nothing like this today as far as I know. Every stage has something to find, a little secret to crack. Not to mention, I think this might be one of the cleanest looking SNES games. In fact, games today wish they could look this good. In a sea of washed out gray TV screens, Mario stands out with goddamn Candyland over here. While it's super easy on the eyes, this game is no walk in the park. It's actually a huge breath of fresh air compared to the Mario we have today. Not to say the new games are bad, but they are considerably easier. Super Mario World does not hold your hand whatsoever. Those secrets I told you about, this game does almost nothing to point you to them. It waits for you to stumble upon them yourself and make a new adventure. Even without the secrets, the main game is challenging as hell. You're gonna have to pay real attention to what you're doing if you want to take on some of these later levels. This one is more of a personal pick for me. If you think something I say about this game is total bull, that's understandable. I kinda have a soft spot for this game because of my background. You see, the field of astronomy is something I hold very near and dear to my heart. It turned my life in a whole new direction and helped me do things I never thought I could do. But enough of this sentimental crap, let's talk about the game. If there was one game that captured the feeling of Sandbox genre, it would be this one. It is pretty much an accurate simulation of celestial bodies that are completely under your control. This usually leads to you seeing how many things you could smash into each other, or what would happen if the sun got deleted. I don't know what I expected. Personally, it's super addicting just to make your own custom solar systems with my own planets, moons, and other satellites. This is also one of the only games where I use a lot of the community content. There's so much goofy, interesting, and mind-blowing stuff that it makes you want to make your own thing to upload. Initially, I wanted to say I had some nostalgia-related attachment to this game, but no, I barely got to play this game as a kid, even though I owned it. The disc ended up getting super scratched and my PlayStation couldn't read it. I was heartbroken. I remember some nights praying and asking God to fix it, so when I woke up I could play it. Now, God decided that it wasn't time for me to play the game, so it never got fixed. Not that it really mattered anyway, I didn't own a memory card for PlayStation 1, so the few times I did get to play it, I couldn't save my game. And when I did get around to playing it as an adult, I really liked what I saw. I got a soft spot for jagged PlayStation 1 models, so this game was right up my alley. It's a 3D platformer with a tight linear level design. There is some exploration involved, but it's almost exclusively for collectibles. Contrary to what you might think from the other games I picked, I love linear 3D platformers. Sometimes when a game is too open, I get stressed thinking, did I go the right way? Did I miss something important by going this way? A linear level design assures you that this is the way to go. This is the experience that the devs wanted you to have. Challenge-wise, it's no Super Mario World for sure, but I like this game more as a casual, take a load off type of game. There are some parts that take focus, but for me, this game is more about cool level designs and casual platforming rather than testing my skills. As stated before, I used to be obsessed with Nintendo games, so when I played Super Smash Bros. Brawl at a friend's house, I knew exactly what I wanted for my birthday that year. Come August, I was the proud owner of a pocket knife, which I promptly got banned from using, God knows why.
Let me see what you have! No!
And a copy of Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Ever since then, Brawl and the Smash games I got to play since then became one of my favorites. The reason I pick Ultimate in particular is I think that this game is pure Smash Bros. It has the most characters by a long shot, and it has the best bouncing out of any of the Smash games in my opinion. And like always, the single player content is absolutely on point in this one. Classic mode is always a blast to play, same with home run contest and multi-man brawl. It always fascinated me how Smash Bros., a fighting/party game series, always puts so much effort into its single player content. I'm thankful because back then when I played Brawl, playing one-on-one matches with my brother could only occupy me for so long. Trying to beat my high score in home run contest or complete all the missions to unlock Jigglypuff filled hours of my time. The actual multiplayer of Ultimate is pretty awesome to say the least. Now that me and my brother are older, we can have serious matches that are actually pretty fun to do over and over again. All around, Smash Bros. Ultimate is a win in my book. Wow, big surprise, another pick with a nostalgic backstory. It's true, I did own the DS port of Super Mario 64 and I played the hell out of it. I was never able to fully complete it, I was only able to get 149 stars, the last star eluded me forever. I liked the game a lot, but with hindsight, I realized that playing a fully 3D game like Mario 64 on a D-pad was not a great way to play. When I played the original for the first time, I realized exactly what I was missing. It came out in 1996, but Mario's moveset is still exponentially better than most of the characters we use today. You interact with each stage differently using the same set of moves you have for the whole game. As soon as you load it up, you have Mario's entire arsenal at your fingertips, and you can pretty much pull off anything you want right after starting the game. The stages play wonderfully off of Mario's moveset as well. The environment is always built around what you could do instead of the other way around. The level structure is extremely open, with multiple things to do in every stage. The worlds, while not gigantic by any means, are made to feel gigantic by the sheer amount of stuff packed into them. It almost seems like the game is begging to be exploited with the way the game picks at your imagination. Take this slope for instance, there is nothing indicating that you can run up it. As a matter of fact, I don't think that the game wants you to think you can run up it. But one day I just decided to try it and boom, I beat the damn game. This is probably the most simple game on the list, probably because it doesn't seem to be meant to be taken seriously. It's a gimmick, a party game where you can make your own level while you play. But if it's only a gimmick, why does it work so goddamn well? This game is best played with friends as opposed to random people online because the best moments in this game are the ones that happen outside the game. I don't think I've played a single match of Ultimate Chicken Horse where my friends aren't smiling and laughing our asses off. This joy comes from the key component of playing this game, which is of course, how much of an asshole can I be for 15 minutes? The best moments of Ultimate Chicken Horse are the ones where you make the level so damn hard that your friends all yell at you for it, or when you've all been dying over and over again to your own creation, and you finally win a round and completely annihilate your friends. I have a bit of a strange relationship with Minecraft. So many times I have walked away and said I'm done with it. But no matter what, I keep coming back. I've said Terraria is so much better than Minecraft, there's so much more content, yet I came back. I'm sick of sandbox games, I want structure, yet I came back. There is just something about the simplicity of it that makes it so addicting. You come into a blank world and do the same thing you did last world, except the difference is you do it however you want. Make your house completely different from last time, build a cool mineshaft to have an adventure in, invite your friends to come see what you built. This is a game that has an endless replayability value. It also appeals to casual and hardcore audiences. For me, I tend to switch back and forth. Sometimes I just go ham, turkey, cheese, and bacon and build things I'm really proud of. But sometimes, especially when I play with friends, I just like to build cool little huts and hang out in and have a much more chilled out experience. Bottom line, it's whatever you want it to be. I've been a Halo fan for a long time, but it didn't become a big part of my gaming life until around 2018, when I played Halo 1 on Legendary for the first time. I did it as a challenge to myself, since I haven't played a very difficult game in a while. It took a lot of practice and patience, but I adored every second of it. Having to stay on my toes, peek around corners, juggle weapons for different encounters, it was exhilarating. This feeling was likely boosted by the triumphant, boisterous, in-your-face soundtrack. The music honestly fits each situation so well, making you feel unstoppable in some places and scared for your life in others. The levels are segmented, so in some parts you push your way through corridors full of enemies, and in others you fight through these gigantic spaces full of vehicles and heavy weapons. Once you're finished with the campaign, you'll be pleased to find out that the multiplayer is completely kick-ass. Combat Evolved's multiplayer is unlike any other Halo multiplayer. For one, it is absolute chaos, grenades flying all over the place, people dying to the famous overpowered pistol. For having such a small arsenal of weapons compared to later titles, Combat Evolved sure makes it feel like there's plenty to go around. The low poly models and low quality movement animations add to the charm, making the multiplayer seem a lot more goofy and lighthearted than it actually is. Some of you may have seen this one coming. I've talked about my love for this game before. While I do think that this game is fantastic, I'd be the first to tell you that a lot of my love for this game is a tribute to nostalgia. I mean, I played this game non-stop in middle school and still played it quite a bit today. It's those little things that really get to me. How catchy the soundtrack is, how clean the battle sprites look, the wicked move animations. The combinations of these small things that make me happy equals a game that I have a blast playing every time. Probably the most fun aspect of the game for me is the sheer amount of diversity you have in your Pokemon team. I mean, I'm still finding new Pokemon and move combinations. Platinum doesn't shy away from giving the player a challenge either. I'd say this is the hardest Pokemon game. It's certainly still Pokemon, but you've got to actually try to beat this one. I always have trouble fighting Cyrus in the Distortion World, and Volkner was super scared of me. And that's not even mentioning Cynthia. My god, what have we done? Nowadays, I play the game like once every 2 years, and I fall in love with it all over again every time. Here's to praying I don't get tired anytime soon. Well, there you have it, my favorite games of all time. I'd love to hear your picks in the comments, or whatever you disagree with me on. Just comment something, get a conversation started. Give me your 6th grade science project, I don't care, man. I'd love to hear your feedback and input going forward. Anyways, thank you, and take care out there.